Welcome to Calcutta Races Winter Meeting, first day, Wednesday, 1st January 2020 race preview. And I take this opportunity in wishing all our patrons a very, very happy new year. First race is the Telegraph Cup to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First race of New Year's Day. Number 1 will be Shimmering Star, strong suit out of Shining Glory. Last outing being in the monsoon meeting in race number 96 over 1100 meters, where Shimmering Star led till the distance post and eventually was overtaken on the outside by a few runners, and Shimmering Star settled for 5th spot, and the winner of that race was the Straddle. Number 2, we're looking at MANGEY. MANGEY has had 4 starts this season, last one being in race number 52 over 1400 meters, where MANGEY travelled 3rd till it turned for home, gradually faded back and finished on 6th, and the winner of that race was Top Notch, who came up with a strong run down in the centre and just about won that race by a nose. Number 3 will be Across the Sea. Across the Seas had 1 start this season in race number 9 over 1200 meters, where Across the Sea travelled 5th till it turned for home, and then gradually gained a couple of places and managed to get on board to finish on 3rd, 2nd, and the winner of that race was MANGEY. Number 4 will be looking at Sullivan. Sullivan's had 1 start that was in the monsoon meeting in race number 57 over 1400 meters, where Sullivan finished on 6th after much efforts, and the winner of that race was Jayawant, a runaway winner that day, won it by 3 1/4 lengths. Number 5, we're looking at DANEIRA. Late Arabesque, the 2 starts in the monsoon meeting, last one being in the Calcutta Fillies Trial Stakes in race number 72 over 1400 meters, where DANEIRA led till the distance post and then faded away and finished on right at the back end to finish on 9th out of 10 runners. Winner of that race was Izzy. Number 6, we're looking at VALLERYSTHAL, multi-dimensional at a romantic. 2 starts this season. First start was over 1200 meters in race number 9, where VALLERYSTHAL finished on 4th, a decent lung opener. Then ran in race number 27, which is its last outing in the Calcutta 1000 guineas, where we couldn't get much out of VALLERYSTHAL. Finished on 6th out of 8 runners. Winner of that race was Izzy. We move on to the second race, which is the 91.9 Friends FM Cup to be run over a distance of 1400 meters for horses in Class 5. We're looking at number 2, Princess RUMELA, multi-dimensional out of Margarita Rita. That last outing was in race number 49 this season over 1100 meters, where Princess RUMELA travelled 8th till it turned for home and remained in that spot all the way. And the winner of that race was Bacardi, who got that by half a length. Number 3, we're looking at Luna Lucinda. Luna Lucinda's last outing was in race number 83 in the monsoon meeting over 1200 meters, where Luna Lucinda travelled 2nd till it turned for home and rapidly fell back and finished right at the back end to finish on 7th out of 7 runners, where the winner of that race was Popcorn, who got it by 2 3/4 lengths. Number 4 will be XLITE. XLITE's had 3 starts this season, finished on board to finish on 3rd in its first start and finished on 3rd in its second start as well. Last outing was over 1400 meters in race number 29, where XLITE travelled 8th till it turned for home and gradually gained 1 place and managed to finish on 7th. And the winner of that race was Simply Soaring. Also in the same race, we had number 8, Bay Crush, who finished right at the back end to finish on 11th out of 14 runners, and number 14, Glorious Run, who finished on 8th. Number 5, we're looking at BAMBINI FESTA. BAMBINI FESTA's had 4 starts this season, finished off the boat in all 4 starts. Last outing being over 2,000 meters in race number 57, where BAMBINI FESTA, after much efforts, finished on 7th, and the winner of that race was Prince of Heart, who won that by a length and a half. Number 6 will be Botswana Star. 2 starts this season, finished off the board in both its outings. Last one being over 5.5 furlongs in race number 45, where Botswana Star travelled 12th till it turned for home, and then gradually gained a few places and managed to finish on 9th. Also in the same race, we had number 7 Poker Prince, who finished on 12th, and number 12, that is Happy Returns, who finished on 10th. But the eventual winner of that race was Artist Royale, who came up from nowhere to go out and win that race. Number 11 will be, number 9 will be Fireberg. Fireberg's last outing was over a mile in race number 58, where Fireberg finished on 4th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 11, Glendower, who finished on 5th, and the winner of that race was Hudson. Number 10, we're looking at Mrs. Willy-Nilly. Mrs. Willy-Nilly's last outing was over 6 furlongs. That's 1,200 meters in race number 36, where Mrs. Willy-Nilly finished on 5th after much efforts. Also in the same race, we had number 13, My Lady Luck, who finished 1 ahead to finish on 4th. And the winner of that race was Midnight Magic, who came up with a real rattle down in the center and just about won it by a short head. We move on to the third race, which is the Network Handicap, to be run over a distance of 1,400 meters. We're looking at number 1, Script. Script's last outing was in the Calcutta 2,000 guineas over a mile in race number 42 this season, where Script finished on 3rd. And the winner of that race was Tennis Show, who came out and won the Calcutta 2,000 guineas by a short head. Number 2, we're looking at Modification. Modification's had 5 starts this season, 2 starts out of 5. Last outing finished off the board in race number 51 over a mile, where Modification finished on 9th. It did travel 4th till it turned for home, gradually faded back and finished on 9th. Also in the same race, we had number 9, that is Tom Front, who finished on 11th, and number 13, that is Christiana, who finished on 10th, and the winner of that race was Nandesh. Number 3, we're looking at Inca. Air support out of Systematic. Last outing was in the Calcutta Monsoon Derby, over 2,000 meters in the monsoon meeting in race number 99, where Inca travelled 9th till it turned for home, gained a couple of places, and managed to finish on 7th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Trafalgar. Number 4, we're looking at ROETHKE. ROETHKE is Late Gnostic Eyes, 1 start the season in race number 2, in the Calcutta Cold Weather season 18-19 in race number 207 over 1,400 meters, where ROETHKE finished on 7th after much efforts. Winner of that race was City Heights, now running after a long layoff. Here is ROETHKE Late Gnostic Eyes. Number 5, we're looking at Panchovilla. Panchovilla's last outing was over 1,100 meters in race number 49 this season, where Panchovilla finished on 7th out of 11 runners. Also in the same race, we had number 11, Harry Angel, who finished on right at the back end to finish on 11th out of 11 runners. Winner of that race is Bakari, who got that by half a length. Number 6, you're looking at Simply Soaring. As supported a Sabre Dance, 1 start this season, and what a start that was in race number 29 over 1,400 meters. Travelled 6th till it turned for home, and then gradually gained places down in the centre, and absolutely romped home to victory by about 3.5 lengths by beating El Mulano. Number 7 will be The Last Judgment. Last Judgment's last outing was this season in race number 33 over 2,000 meters, where The Last Judgment travelled 8th out of 9 runners till it turned for home, and then gained 1 place and finished on 7th. Travelled very wide in the final stages of the race, and the winner of that race was Beatrix. Number 8, we're looking at Leopard Creek. Leopard Creek's last outing was this season in race number 39 over 1200 meters, where Leopard Creek finished on 5th after much effort. So winner of that race was Beat the Bank, who came out and sprung a surprise by winning it by a length and a half. Number 10, we're looking at El Mulano. El Mulano's had 3 starts this season, finished second in its first 2 starts. Last outing was over the trip of 2,000 meters in race number 59, where El Mulano finished on right at the back end to finish on 7th out of 9 runners. Winner was Mtrs. Number 12, we are looking at Wind Chaser. Wind Chasers had 2 starts this season, finished on board to finish on 3rd in its first start. Last outing finished on 5th over 1400 meters in race number 50, where the winner of that race was Modification.
We move on to the 4th race of the afternoon, a Class 3 affair over 1400 meters, the Astro Dance Handicap. The first runner we are looking at is Reincarnation. Reincarnation has had 3 starts in this current season, finished on 2nd in its first start over 1400 meters, since then has been off board in its couple of starts. In his last start over 1400 meters, Reincarnation was travelling in 8th spot, made some progress, finished on 6th, and the winner here was Vice Admiral, who won that in a very close finish. Next we are looking at 3 runners here. Number 2, Josh, who was 2nd eventually in his last start in race number 52 after travelling in 9th spot as the horses took the turn. Came up wide of the track and almost got that race, but fell short by a nose. In the same race we had number 4, Glorious Leaps, who was a winner in earlier start in race number 20. And in this race, Glorious Leap was travelling in 6th spot, fell back and finished on 7th. In the same race, we had number 6, Demonstrate, who finished on 8th of 13 runners. The winner was Top Notch. Next up, we're looking at number 3, Rufus, who has had a couple of starts in this season. First outing, it was reported that Rufus was trotting lame after the race. And in its last start in race number 37, Rufus was slow to begin. Was in last spot as the horses took the turn. And when asked for an effort, has nothing to offer. Finished almost 8-10 lengths behind the winner, which was Dancing Lord. Next we are looking at number 5, Speed Force. Speed Force was a winner in its first start over 1200 meters in its first start outing in race number 17, where Speed Force finished on about 2 3/4 length ahead of the field. Then in the next start, Speed Force was travelling in 5th spot as the horses took the turn. Then asked for an effort towards the inside and then switched off on the outside and finished on 2nd to Hukumat, about 3.5 lengths. Next up, we are looking at number 7, Incendio. Incendio has had a couple of starts in this season. In its last start in the 1000 guineas, Incendio was travelling in 7th spot as the horses took the turn and then made some late progress and down the centre. At one point was in the place money, however fell short and finished on 4th to Izzy was the eventual winner. In 4th spot was Incendio. We move on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the Arabian Rose Handicap, the Class 2 affair over 1100 meters. We have 6 runners we are previewing the first race, that is the race number 35, where Rick Ware, after coming down from Western India, was a winner in his first start, where Rick Ware was travelling in 5th spot and made late progress and won that race by going away from the field. And in the same race we had Double Nine, who took charge for a while, however fell short by 2 1/4 length. In the same race we had Lesril, who was leading the pack. Then Weekend to finish on 4th. In the same race we had number 4, Migrator, who was in 7th spot, however dropped back to finish 12th of 13 runners. And then we had number 5, Aquatania, who was travelling in 3rd spot, then Weekend to finish 7th of 13 runners. In the same race we had number 10, which was Lumos, who was travelling in 4th spot, then went asked for an effort, Weekend to finish 13th of 13 runners. And the winner here was Rick Ware. Next up, we are looking at number 7, Arashi in race number 11. Arashi was slow to begin and then was in 7th spot as the horses took the turn. They were clustered together as they passed the distance post, and Arashi finished on 5th. The winner here was Oracle. Earlier in its monsoon start, Orishi was a winner in race number 37 over 1100 meters. Next we are looking at number 8, Midnight Star. Midnight Star was a very impressive third in its last start over 1200 meters, and Midnight Star was travelling in 9th spot as the horses took the turn, then made late progress and came up with a blinder run, and Hukumat had already sewn up the race long way from home, but Midnight Star was very eye-catching in 3rd spot, finished about 4 lengths from the winner. Next we are looking at number 9, Nelson's Blood. Nelson's Blood has already had a couple of starts in this season, was very impressive in the monsoon starts, placed in a couple of occasions. However, in its last start in race number 53, Nelson's Blood was travelling in 2nd last spot as the horses took the turn, made some progress and finished on 11th of 13 runners, and the winner here was Vice Admiral.
We move on to the 6th race, which is the Indian produced stakes for horses 3 years old only, to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. We're looking at number 1, Black Pearl Planetaire out of Alvarita. 1 start this season in race number 40 over 1200 meters, and what a debut start that was for Black Pearl, who travelled 4th till it turned for home, gradually gained paces and just absolutely romped home to victory by a distance by beating Phoenicia Mist. Also in the same race we had number 3, Banana Republic, who finished on 7th out of 9 runners, but what a start that was by Black Pearl. Can repeat it again here in the Indian produced stakes. Number 2, we're looking at Coach Jester. Netwiz out of Matilda, 1 start this season in race number 54 over 1100 meters, a debut start by Coach Jester. What a win that was. Travelled 3rd till it turned for home, and then absolutely cruised along and went over to win that race by 1 1/4 lengths by beating Copacabana. Also in the same race we had number 4, Phoenicia Mist, who finished on 3rd. We move on to the 7th race, which is the RCTC Gold Wars for horses in Class 1 to be run over a distance of 2,200 meters. They are looking at number 1, Hartnell. Hartnell's last start was impressive in race number 48 this season over 2,000 meters, where Hartnell made it a pillar-to-post victory by beating Cadman by 4 lengths. Also in the same race we had number 6, that is Revolting, who finished on 3rd. Number 7, Multiglory, who finished 1 behind to finish on 4th. And number 9, Cold Frontier, who finished on 6th. And as I mentioned, number 2, Cadman, who finished on 2nd behind the winner, that was Hartnell. An impressive winner that day, can trouble the best again. Number 3, we're looking at Shivansh. Shivansh has had 3 starts this season, finished 6th in its first start, then came out and finished on 2nd in its next start over a mile. Last outing was not impressive at all over the same distance in race number 55, where Shivansh travelled 4th till it turned for home, gradually dropped back 2 places and travelled extremely wide of the track and finished on 6th out of 6 runners. Winner of that race was Star Superior. Number 8, we're looking at Number 4, I beg your pardon, we're looking at Breeze of the South. 2 starts this season, finished off the board in its first start. Last outing over a mile in race number 34, finished on 4th after much efforts. Winner of that race was Shivalik Shahs. Also in the same race we had number 8, Lord of the Sea, who finished on 1 behind to finish on 5th. Number 10, we're looking at Arrowfield, Phoenix Star or Dramaticos. 2 starts this season and won both its outings. First one being over a mile and the last one being in race number 38 over the distance of 2,000 meters, where Arrowfield travelled 3rd till it turned for home, gradually came up with a strong run and just took over the running and went on to win that race by beating Fantasia by 4 lengths.
We move on to the 8th race of the afternoon, the Club Phoenicia Cup Division 1 over 1200 meters, a Class 4 affair. The first runner we are looking at is number 1, Summerhill, in race number 47. Summerhill was travelling in 4th spot as the horses took the turn, and then weakened to finish on 8th of 9 runners. The winner here was Tough Enough. Next up, we're looking at number 2, Shive. Shive was impressive winner on in his first start in race number 23 over 1200 meters. Then upped in distance in his next start in race number 51, the one we are looking at, over 1600 meters. Shive went on a start-to-finish mission, then weakened to finish on 7th of 13 runners. In the same race, we had number 7, Coconut, who was impressive in its earlier start in race number 39 over 1200 meters, and then in his last start was travelling in 7th spot as the horses took the turn, made one progress and finished on 6th. The winner here was Nandish. Next up, we're looking at 2 runners. Number 3, Chosen One. Chosen One had a lung opener in race number 39, where it was travelling towards the end of the field and finished on 12th of 12 runners. In the same race, we had number 8, Optimum, who was a winner in his last start in the monsoon season. Since then, has been off board in his 3 starts. And Optimum was in 7th spot as the horses took the turn, then finished on 11th of 12 runners. The winner here was Beat the Bank. Next, we are looking at Duchamp. Duchamp has had a couple of starts in this season, where it finished on 8th in its first start in race number 28, and then again in race number 33, where Duchamp finished 9th of 9 runners. And earlier in its previous season, in the winter season, Duchamp was a winner over 2000 meters, but that was a while back. Next up, we're looking at number 5, Aggression. Aggression had one start in his first outing in race number 50, where Aggression was in 2nd spot as the horses took the turn, and then when asked for an effort, fell back and finished on 4th of 13 runners. Earlier, Aggression was very impressive in both of its monsoon starts, finished 2nd on each occasion over 1400 meters. Number 9 is Hurricane Storm. Hurricane Storm was very impressive, getting a couple of winners in the monsoon season, back-to-back double for Hurricane Storm. Since then, Hurricane Storm has struggled a little bit on the winter track, finished 5th in his first start, 7th in his next start. Again in race number 45, Hurricane Storm finished on 5th to Artist Royale. Next up, we're looking at number 10, Night of Thunder. Night of Thunder has had 3 starts. First finished on 10th in race number 17, finished on last in race number 32, and then Night of Thunder finished on 5th in his last start in race number 49, where Night of Thunder was travelling in 7th spot, made some progress, and the winner here was Bacardi. Last, we are looking at number 11, Midnight Magic. Midnight Magic was a winner in his last start, where Midnight Magic was trailing the field as the horses took the turn. Came up with a very late dash and fought on the battle with It's a Moo Cow, and Midnight Magic got that race by a short head, and now being ridden by the same rider. We move on to the 9th and last race of the afternoon, the Club Phoenicia Cup Division 2, Class 4 affair over 1200 meters. First runner we are looking at is number 1, Rush for Gold. Rush for Gold was 2nd in his first start in race number 10. Then Rush for Gold was trailing the field in 7th spot as the horses took the turn in race number 32. Then he made some late progress, finished on 4th. The winner here was Tia Queen. Next, we're looking at number 2, Stellanova. Stellanova has had 4 starts in this season and placed in its earliest start in the monsoon season. However, Stellanova has been off board in all its starts so far. Stellanova was in 3rd spot as the horses took the turn, weakened very rapidly, finished on 13th of 13 runners. The winner here was Nandish. Next up, we are looking at 2 runners here. Number 3, Bacardi, who was the eventual winner. Bacardi was travelling in 5th spot as the horses took the turn, then came up with a late bit and challenged for the lead and got that race by about half a length. In the same race, we had number 7, which was Uncrowned King. Uncrowned King was a winner in its monsoon start in race number 118. However, in its last start, Uncrowned King was a no-show, slow to begin, then finished 10th of 11 runners, and the winner was Bacardi. Next, we are looking at 3 runners here. Number 4, Namak Halal. Namak Halal was leading the pack, however, weakened to finish on 3rd in its last start in race number 39. In the same race, we had number 5, Miami. Miami had a long opener after finishing in 4 of its 5 start in the monsoon season. Finished on 7th of 12 runners. And then we had number 6, which is Popcorn. Popcorn was a winner in race number 83 during the monsoon season. And Popcorn has been unplaced in both of its runs in this season. Next runner we are looking at is number 8, San Remo. San Remo was very impressive after being slow out in race number 2 in the opening day, where it was travelling in 6th spot, made late progress and fell short by a nose to Sharavati. Since then, San Remo was slow again in race number 14, was travelling in 7th spot but did not come up with a late bid, finished on 9th of 11 runners. The winner was Monte Cassino. Next up, we are looking at number 9, It's a Mukau. It's a Mukau made late progress in race number 36 after travelling in 6th spot for most of the way. Then at one point, It's a Mukau looked like a winner, but Midnight Magic came with absolute rattle down the centre. Fought the race with It's a Mukau, and It's a Mukau fell short by a short head. The last runner for the day is horse number 10, Sirocco. Sirocco was the favourite in his last start, however was travelling in 4th spot. When asked for an effort, Sirocco weakened to finish on 12th of 13 runners, and the winner here was Speed Force.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time, and hope to see you tomorrow at the big one at the Royal Calcutta Turf Club on New Year's Day.